Well, now to a personal finance trend that may sound like a lifeline, but for some, it's becoming a debt trap. We're talking about apps that offer quick cash before your payday, and you may have even seen a growing number of ads for them.
All right, we want to bring in our chief business correspondent, Taylor Young. And Taylor, I'm sure by now a lot of people have heard about these apps.
Yeah.
Why are so many people using these?
Yeah, so essentially these apps allow workers to receive money before a portion of their paycheck, and it can be up to $1,000 in many cases, before they're actually paid, which, as you can imagine, could be very dangerous. So think about it as maybe you are short on a bill or rent. Instead of taking out an actual loan or putting that bill on a credit card, this feels like you're spending money that you have personally have earned, but you just haven't gotten paid for it. And this has really taken off in the last 5 years. Millions of Americans are using these apps, and some of the most popular ones that you may have seen ads for are Chime, Earnin, Dave. And the reason why that these have gotten so popular is less out of convenience in the fact that just more Americans are trying to get through the week, really. So when rent, groceries, credit card bills, they keep rising. I mean, these apps offer just quick access to cash.
Like a payday advance, right? Because there were agencies that would do that before, and now it's just easier with an app on our phone. So how can this actually end up making money problems worse?
Yeah, so where this can be dangerous is that money is automatically then deducted from your paycheck, the next paycheck. And again, when you're taking out $1,000 or getting prepaid $1,000, that can wipe out a big portion of your paycheck. And there are stories from people online who have their entire paycheck wiped out. So if you think about the people who are having to rely on these, they're already kind of strapped with money, strapped for money. And when your paycheck is gone, this kind of puts you in a never-ending cycle of, okay, how am I going to get to the next week, you know, and now I'm potentially in debt. Am I putting my money on a credit card? And secondly, I mean, these apps kind of operate outside of your traditional lending regulations, so there is no credit check. It's kind of the wild, wild west.
I was just about to ask that very question about the Wild West. These apps, is there any regulation at all, or is it just they can kind of do what they want?
So it's a little complicated. I can say right now there are state, federal, and advocacy groups that are pushing for more regulations. In North Carolina, those payday loans that you were just mentioned, those are technically illegal in North Carolina. But there's just, it's the definition of what a payday loan hasn't really been updated or clearly defined. So there are loopholes. I mean, some of the apps that we were just talking about, they have kind of skirted these regulations by saying, okay, you don't need to charge a fee, or we don't need to charge a fee, or we're not going to have high interest rates, but you can leave a tip in order to kind of get. So there has been really interesting ways about how these apps have been able to kind of skirt around those regulations. We've kind of seen it similarly with the buy now, pay later apps, where, yeah, there's just this big trend of, you know, companies recognizing that Americans are falling behind on their bills. So what are some ways that they can kind of help them get through, which of course is kind of, in most cases, putting a lot of people back, right? So there is absolutely a push for these regulations to kind of just be updated with when we see more and more companies like this come out and essentially loan people money.
Can create a bad snowball effect. So always use with caution.
Absolutely.
Possibly good in an emergency, but yeah, can create something bad down the road. So Taylor, thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.